said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, they got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Pulls it in on the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. The give on the inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have so much speed, the measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the ground with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game. Plus, picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off-play action on first down. Finds his man. It's Moss.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Here comes the option. They can't corral the pass. The ball's on the ground. Defense picks it up. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Texas! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense and make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Finds his tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Texas A&M going up tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Aggies look to keep this drive humming.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday. What an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this.
Breaks into the open. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. Back to throw, it's Reed. It's picked up, and they ruined the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Power football with the run. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
He's in open space downfield. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, after having 3 sacks in their last game, this offense knew they had to ID where this guy was going to line up every play, and they had to have an answer for him. Didn't have one there. He is so strong. He's so fast, and he just knows how to get home to the quarterback. He's got a sixth sense.
Pulls it in. It's Moore. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Aggie! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Back to throw, it's Manning. He slings it deep to the left. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Oh, sweet feet! That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Sends it back in motion. Off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Daniels. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Aggies will hustle to the line. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
3rd and long, and they can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air. It's Manning. Snagged in the middle. It's Wingo. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Wingo. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can he do it against the Georgias? Can he do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the ground game. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. Got it in the middle, it's Wingo. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Going to swing it on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Making side adjustments here. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Makes the grab. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Scanning the field, it's Manning. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Longhorn!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the back. On the option. He'll pitch it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Texas A&M going quickly.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? To the air, it's Reed. Quickly to the tight end. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wants to go up top on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock's running and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Looking for the first down, Texas A&M lines up on fourth. He's looking to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Bussey. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They convert the fourth down, but back to the line with no time to waste. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Aggie.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Manning. Got the quick pass. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wide receiver comes in motion. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Bussy. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Texas A&M going up tempo. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Now the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Dropping back, it's Reed. Quick strike complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the big fella to the corner. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Now he's going to break the pocket. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And everything looked good on that play. The receiver does a really good job of pushing upfield and then coming inside. But what happens when you come inside? You start coming to all those bodies, and those linebackers, those safeties come into play. And those alligator arms sometimes get a little bit short.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Off play action. Finds the tight end. Turning it on. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Rides the back on the option to give.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
That's not the start they hoped for. Turns it on down the left side. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Reed. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. 1st down from the 43. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. There he goes. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times today.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You got a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. To the air, it's Reed. Rushes on him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the right. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
That is just the play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
The offense changing the play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Looking to scramble. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Yeah, and you could tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. Ball's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Back to throw, it's Manning. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there.
And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looking for space, it's Moss. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the tailback. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
Second and goal coming up. They'll run the quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Aggies! And that one will give them the lead.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He might want another play. Looking to pass. It's Manning. That's reeled in. It's Moore. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Got his man on the right. He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll set up to throw. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Inside the 40. The 30. The 20. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Aggies! It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
35, Texas. 24, Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, looking to pass. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Quickly to the tight end. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half.
Going to take a shot at this DB. It's complete. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Unloads it left. And the pass falls incomplete, and we play 3. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen.
Texas, 21.
They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass, it's Manning. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pulls in the deep ball. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one. Got his man. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Gonna look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to be open. Nice job by the QB seeing it, delivering the strike with the great protection.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Reed. He's going for it all. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Tight end finds a soft spot. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Wide open spaces. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got his man on the right. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Texas A&M going quickly. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Trying to barrel in. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Texas A&M. The Aggies in position to say goodbye to Texas University. So long to the orange and the white as they build the lead.
It's been Gig'em here. They're pulling away, just making more plays, and it seems like at the opportune moment, they're the team that's stepping up.
And they're loving this. The A&M fan base, that is. Just loving giving it to their rival, Texas. If they could finish this one off, these people will go insane.
Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Might be changing the route. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Manning. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Grabbed in the middle, it's Wingo. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got him downfield. It's a running room. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
From the gun, looking for a man. Touchdown, Texas! Fitted in the window for the score.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Reed. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Texas A&M going up tempo. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. To the air, it's Manning. Quarterback moving. He's going to run it. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Spits it out to the back. And he's thrown another interception. Stopped at the 12-yard line, and he wanted that pick 6. He'll have to settle for setting up his offense.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
give as they work on that clock. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, obviously, this game has not been the best statistically of this guy's career so far, but the important thing is you win. And to do that, they need him to play really well here in the fourth quarter. They're going to keep...
Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And the point after is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Dropping back, it's Reed. Big guy smells it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot getting the football.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Got some room to run.
Well, you can't blame this offense for wanting to be aggressive. They're down by a lot on the scoreboard here, and that time going 4 verticals, trying to stretch the defense, see if someone can get open. But, David, the defense was expecting it, and they were able to come away with the INT.
Yeah, the only thought I have right now, Jesse, is I'm playing deep. I can't give up the big plays. I want to make them earn it. The clock is my friend, getting the lead, having the lead in the fourth quarter. Nice execution by this defense, and this one ain't over, but it's looking more like...
Looking for the end zone. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he